Hi everybody, welcome to Hope Galwin podcast. This is Hope Galwin with
Janet.
yes. Today we are here to discuss about the general culture shock in America, like everything that we can point. If we miss something, comment below and then we'll come back for it. Yes. Hi Janet.
Hi, Hope.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're
for
looking
having
good as
me.
usual.
You're looking good as well.
Oh, thank you. You make me feel shy. I am not shy, but I'm feeling shy. So, where are we starting?
Well, good question.
Yes.
We can just get into the culture shocks,
Yeah.
especially being immigrants in America. We're Africans from Tanzania. So obviously when we moved here for the first time, there's a lot of things that we've seen which were just crazy to us. They just didn't make sense. But we're not
Yes.
from here, so obviously they won't make sense.
Exactly. Like I remember when I first saw homeless. I was in Minnesota. It was summer break. I was a student. So during summer I used to go to Minnesota to my auntie and my uncle. They used to live there, and I was working for them. They had a cleaning business, so I was doing it with them. So when I was there, I saw homeless. Man, that was like I couldn't believe. Like I keep saying,
Yeah.
I keep saying, like, is it really true?
That there's homeless people
There's
in America.
homeless people in America. I was like, I was really in shock.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. And then they were, of course, the other opposite color from us. So I was like, no, it can't be. So, because I remember I used to watch, and I don't know why I believed myself that only homeless exist in New York. Because of the Coming to America movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So because of that, so I knew in America there's a homeless in New York. So I figure it's only New York, and I don't know. I figure that will be only in New York because of American Coming to America movie. Plus New York is a big city, so because even in my country in Dar es Salaam there is a homeless people. So I figure because of this big city, they might be homeless. Just like my country, the city that I came from, Dar es Salaam, it's a big city and homeless is everywhere. So, but I couldn't believe a city like Minneapolis, they will have homeless.
Yeah.
So I was shocked, and then I remember that was like my brother he drove me there, then he come back. So we were like, just get to Minnesota, and I saw the homeless, and he was like, yeah, there are people too. They are everywhere. It's don't be just paranoid about it. And then I was like, okay. Then when I got back from Minnesota to Kansas so I can go back to school, the summer break was over, and in Missouri, I saw them too. I was like, even Missouri, like out of all places, but because I can kind of like say Minneapolis is a little bit bigger too compared to Missouri. I was like, I was shocked. So what I did on my class, the sociology class, there's a place I think they were talking about diversity. This is something they were talking in a sociology class. So I wrote the whole page about the culture shock, about them seeing homeless in America. And I think I got 100 about it. It was cute. Yeah, how are you?
I mean, yeah, so many culture shocks, but one of the first culture shocks that I experienced coming here is the cultural diversity. I thought that when I moved to America, there's only gonna be like Americans, people who are from here, who live here, just like how it is in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Like almost everybody over there is Tanzanian, except for the tourists or people from other countries who got married to Tanzanians or people who just work there for a certain time, then move back to their countries. So coming here and realizing that there is like almost everybody from all over the world, they're over here, and it's not like a small group of people, a huge group of people. Just like we live in Seattle, there's
Yeah.
so many Kenyans, so many Tanzanians, so many Indians, Asians. So I didn't know that. Yeah, that when I come here, that's how it is. There's so much diversity on cultures, and especially in different states. So like in Texas, there's so many Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, and in Minnesota, there's so many Kenyans, Somalis, Tanzanians
Oh yeah,
too.
oh yeah.
So,
So even Indians, like every small, even the small towns, you find there's an Indian restaurant.
I haven't noticed that.
I have, because we used to. I like to take road trip, and I did it so many times, and then we stop in the small towns,
Yeah,
and we'll be like, we need to find a place to eat that's like close to home. Indians,
closest.
and then guess what? A small town, like in the town that you'll be like, you see the Native Americans. There's the Indian restaurant with the Indian
Wow.
shori. There, yes, yes, yeah. So, driving on a left side when
The road.
yeah, even though I've never drive back home,
Me too. So that wasn't a shock to me at all.
but it was because like back home when you get in the car, the driver's on your right.
Oh, that yes. I mean the way the cars, the steering wheel is on the left instead of the right.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was a shock for me.
me too.
Yeah.
And then I got used to it. Then when people from home that came, like friends who come to visit, and they're already drivers, and they'll be like, "Can you teach us how to drive?" I was like, "No, I can't teach you how to drive. You're already driving. You're a driver." And I said, "No,
No,
it's
it's
not
different.
about driving. It's being on the left side."
Left side, yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, like I don't know ways to go, because I will get confused. So I'm like, okay. So I have so many people that I ride along with them. They are drivers, like so they can know how to drive in America, in the left side. Yeah. So that was another one, and another one was, I think till today, as much as I've been here, but till today, the pounds and kilo.
Oh, that and meter. I mean miles and,
And
kilometers. Yeah.
But
That
me,
was
it's,
confusing.
I'm not confused with mile and kilometer, but when I have family or friends who visit us from Tanzania, and they'll come and they'll be talking about kilogram, like kilometers.
Or
I have no idea,
like how.
because I'm so used to mileage.
I'm used to miles too.
And I get so confused because I don't know what, like I don't know. So how many how many kilometers have you driven? I was like, I don't even know how to convert anymore. It's
Not just that, even with the degree, the Celsius
sisters,
and
yeah,
Fahrenheit. Like I can't do Celsius anymore. Like I can't. Like if somebody tells me 30 degrees Celsius, okay, is that high or is it low? Like I don't know.
True. That one have never triggered me until a few days ago. I bake cakes.
Yeah.
So there's this friend of mine. She also bakes cakes, and she's a very good. Her cake. Do you remember the cake we had on the baby shower?
Yeah.
She baked a
You
really
wanna
good.
get
Yeah.
that one? Okay. That was a
So
good
I
cake.
was talking to her, and I was like, she's telling me, I was so busy, and then I had a client. My client wanted a cake, and then I was like, her cake is also good, and let me ask her if she can help me to make the cake. So I called her and I was talking to her. Can you help me make this cake? And she was like, how many kilos? I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean kilos? How many kilos do you want for the cake? Like, what the size of? I'm like, I'm so used to the size of the cake to be like, you go by the size. Here in America, you go by the size like 9 inches, 12 inches, and 6 inches if you want the little one. And I was like, 3 tiers. Like, I was like, okay. So, and that's another thing. So when I talked to her, I was like, so you want, I keep telling her, so, I want 9 inches, 3 layers. And she was like, oh, that's big cake. I said, no, you just put 3 layers. But then it came to dawn on me that she said, do you mean you want cake like for a wedding? I said, no. I think now I understand what do you mean that's too big. Mm-hmm. Here in America, if a cake has 1, 2, 3, we call 3 tiers.
Okay.
But back home, I think they call 3 layers. Like the first layer, the second, and the third. So for me, I'm used so much in America that the first layer, the second, and the third is like 3 cakes topping each other, making one cake. That's 3 layers. Okay. So if I'm gonna have to add another cake, that will be second tier. I was so confused.
Wow.
I was so confused. And then she asked, so okay. She said, how many cups do you use? And then I was like, 6 cups? I was like, oh my God, that's a lot. I was like, what do you mean? That's like 2 kilos. I was like, how do you get 2 kilos in 6 cups? I was so confused, Janet. And then she said, let me explain to you. I was like, okay. And then I was like, man, the culture different. It's real.
It is real. And
it's
an
so
ongoing
real.
thing. I don't think it was ever gonna end.
So like now, I just made like it. I'm gonna take her I'm gonna take her for a date.
To
bakeries, different bakers, maybe 3 different bakers, so she can see that here in America, they don't make a cake by kilos. They do by inches. Mm-hmm. So, because she told me, do you have a measuring? I said, yeah, I have a measuring. You measure the cake. I told her I've never measured the cake. So she said, yeah, that's how you know the kilos. I was like, wow. So I'm shocked. Mm-hmm. I think she was very shocked when I said 6 cups. She was like, what do you mean? That's a big cake. And to me, I was like, that's the one cake I make. I was like, okay. I was shocked. She was shocked. Mm-hmm. So I got the culture shock. She got the culture shock. But I'm going to make this even so that she will understand. So we can speak same language. I'll take her to the date for cake tasting so she can experience.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Then we'll talk. Maybe she will understand. That's only thing I think I can take from that. Yeah, the measurement is crazy. And another thing that I think is a culture shock is Americans don't use spices.
Oh yeah, that's true.
On their food.
It's mostly Africans,
Americans,
Caribbean people. Mm-hmm. I mean, the black people who are from here, African Americans,
they can use a very little, like a black pepper, lemon pepper, garlic, and they have few. And then it's the one who exposure with the Caribbean, they'll add more.
Because Caribbeans do
use the spices, so do Indians. But the actual Americans, they don't use spices. Like,
no seasoning at all.
At all. And you'll be shocked even if they say because of, what is this word they used to say, like, for their healthy, like, some of the food don't even have salt. So they will say for their healthy, but honestly speaking, no.
That's unhealthy because you need iodine. That's you get it from salt.
No, not only that. I remember there's this church we used to go, and then I met this pastor. and his wife. One day they invited us to their home for dinner, so we went. So when we went there, the food had spices, and my partner said, "Wow, this food is really good." And then he said, I used to live in Kenya."
That made sense.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay, yes. I used to live in Kenya, so I'll learn the food with the spices in Kenya." Me and my wife lived in Kenya for 5 years. We are doing mission, and we were shocked at the first time when we were in Kenya. The food had spice. We came from Ohio. We eat like mashed potato, rice, no season at all, not even a salt. That pastor was telling us, and for them it was a culture shock to eat the food with the seasoning and salt and everything in Kenya. But they liked it, so they went along with it. But to most Americans, that's what he told us and his wife. They don't put seasoning in their food.
That's true.
It's very blank, plain, like plain.
Yeah, just put everything with water and on the kitchen. That's weird.
So that's true. As much as like they say the KFC has seasoning, maybe Popeyes because it's from Louisiana.
Popeyes.
And then I think the signature is Black American, because the Black American do put some seasoning, and I don't know where they got that, but I think they got that because they have the original. Once you're black man, you black. They got that sauce from like the tongue of tasting food that need to taste. Genetics. You can't lie from the genetics.
True.
Yeah. So I think that. Another one. I will say. The neighbor. I'll talk about the neighbor. You might not know your next door neighbor.
True. There's barely community around your neighborhood. You might live somewhere in years and years. You don't even know the person who lives next door. That's weird. Because like back home, everybody's 2 streets away.
Yes.
And their kids and their relatives.
Where they go to school.
Where they go to school, where they go to church.
Where they go to church.
You know all their
where
business.
They work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, you
don't know
that's why
about nobody.
When you're watching the movies, like when they show this like scary movies, like not only scary movie, kidnapping thing. Like there's this story was in the news about this lady called Megan. The next door neighbor found out that the neighbor was kidnapping girls, like there were more than 10. But the guy said he lived there more than 10 years. So that he minds his own business, the neighbor minds his own business, but then find out the neighbor was a kidnapper. So, because you don't know what your neighbor do, if you get a very good neighbor, I bet you is not people from here.
That's true.
Because I remember when we first moved to the place where I live, our next door neighbor is Indian. He greets us. We talk. Even like there's a time we couldn't see him. We started wondering, where did he go? He went back to India? Stuff like that. And then our next neighbor that we talk with is a black man, like in front of the house. It's like we face each other.
Okay.
But all around, we don't know the neighbors. Yes. It's so weird. You don't know the neighbor kids. You don't know nothing about your neighbor. Yeah, but that's so weird here in America. So people say you can be in a neighborhood watching like a neighborhood app. There's the apps that LinkedIn, I think they call. Yeah, like neighborhood app they call LinkedIn, neighborhood LinkedIn.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Oh yes. So my partner, he linked himself in that neighborhood, but he says all they talk is about if there's a car that they never seen. It was like, did you see this car? Do you know this guy who's like, oh my God, I mean, it's so weird. It's like, yeah, why this guy stay there for too long? Like,
did he ask about my car? My car has been there for
too long.
Too long, almost 5 months.
He didn't move.
He's just there.
Oh, they look in the link.
The Ring camera.
The Ring cameras. So that's the only their friends, Ring cameras, because they can't barely go to the next door and say hi, how you doing? Yeah. It's that bad. That's so bad here in America. I think America need to change like
that.
But you know, like when I used to watch this movie before, oh my God, I was gonna tell this story. This movie, they were like neighbors. Like when you move to the area, like maybe you bought a house or maybe you're renting the house, your neighbor will come with the food, like.
Like with food to like to
welcome you
to the neighborhood.
Yes, and introduce themselves, and it will be like cookies.
Yeah.
Some of them will bring you
pie, or cake. Yeah,
man, that culture is dead. Wow. Complete dead. Because I met this Asian guy, and we were talking, and the guy was so he was so happy. He bought his house somewhere in Northgate in North Seattle. He bought his house. He was so happy. So this guy did the opposite though. It's so fun when he was telling me. He did the opposite.
Wow, this has to be very funny.
He bought the cookies from Costco, boxes of cookies from Costco, and he was going to his neighbor and to introduce himself that I'm the neighbor
next door.
Some of them didn't even open the door for him.
Wow, that's so rude.
Some of them, they told him, no, thank you for the cookie. We don't take from strangers. Yes, and apparently it was a Caucasian neighborhood. It was one guy who accepted the cookies, and he was old guy.
Wow.
He felt so bad. He felt like, oh my God, what did I do?
Move out of here.
He just bought the house, but he lost all the peace of being in that house.
Oh, that's sad.
I felt so sorry for him. I was like, why did you do that? I said, I was so happy and I saw in the movie. I was like, you saw in the movie? Yeah, so I figured I should go introduce myself. Yes. Wow. And one time he was like, like when you wake up in the morning, you jogging. When they see him,
they don't say hi to him.
They turn around. Not even saying hi. They turn around. It's like, you're not welcome here. What are you doing here? And he felt that was a mistake. Like, it was a mistake of buying a house
in that
neighborhood. He felt like it was a mistake even buying a house, period. Like, somebody shut his happiness. Just, America need to wake up. Please, America, when you watch this, tell your neighbor. Tell your neighbor, say hi to your neighbor. Yeah. There are no whole, like, people from diversity are bad. We are good people.
Actually, let me shut up. You're not going to like this. But yeah, we're good people.
No, go ahead. No, don't shut up. Just say it.
I don't want to be cancelled. I won't say it.
Why?
Because it's a little mean.
It's so rude. Mean?
Yes.
I've never seen you mean. Did somebody get some?
No.
Okay.
But it's just, yeah. But yeah, you'll need to wake up. Say hi to people. Say hi to your neighbors. Be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
And then, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to get out from the topic, but I'm putting there in a topic. Do you know, they call themselves Christians, who quote, love your neighbor like your neighbor.
But they
But
don't
other one,
practice
they
it.
do not, like, man, this gospel they spread out there in Africa by words, but by action, they're not doing it. I'm not saying all of them, because I know deep down, I know there's few, but the one that doing wrong, they outnumber the few than they're doing right.
True.
So that's where the problem is. So yeah, Americans, be nice to your neighbor. Is the Bible say, be nice to your neighbor.
The work system in America, you basically live to work. It's not like you work for a living. You live so you can work. Like you're always working, 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 working. It's just work, work, work. I mean, back home people do work, but like
Man,
not as crazy as how it is here. You'll just find yourself working for the rest of your life from the moment you touch down in this country till you're on your deathbed, or if you're going to move out at a certain day. That is something that I don't like. And second, I will never allow that system to eat me up. I will just move the way I would like to move. I mean, of course, you gotta work because you need to be able to afford a certain lifestyle. You need to, pay bills, have a living, build your career, all that. But no, just dedicate your life to work. That's just no.
it's a
That's a
system.
no.
Like there's this there's this movie, I forgot the name, but if I remember the name, I'll put up there. It was very interesting. It was like the guy and his wife, they bought a house. They went in the agent and bought the house, and then they moved to that house, and there were only two people. It's like they stuck in that house. And when they got there, then they brought the baby. Okay? Oh, so that baby, they told them, your only way out is to raise that baby. And once the baby grow up, your only out is a death. So that movie, if you watch all the way to the end, it's a metaphor, like a very good metaphor. It's like that's how America is. You are only out of America for no working is your death.
Wow.
Because in that movie, they start digging, like they work so hard trying to get out of that place. But at the end, they both died. And guess what? The baby grew up, but they died. And guess what? When the baby grew up, the baby moved to another, like, if I remember that movie, if somebody, you watch that movie, you understand. I was like, wow, this is how America is. You are panic, like it's not, and this, but this is one thing I love about it. It's not just the migrants.
Everybody.
As long as you are born or you sign yourself to America, you sign the death certificate of working yourself to the end. And that's why there's this book they call Poor People, Rich People, or Think and Grow Rich. And if you listen to motivators, or you read all these empowering books, or whatever they're empowering you here, they will say 5% of the people that lives financially freedom is only
Business
5%. Do you know even business people, like there is a business people? Let me tell you some. This part is interesting. I went to find a taxi, right? When I went to find a taxi, I owe the RIS. Man, I was so in pain. But then I have to pay Uncle Sam. Okay? Here in America, you have to pay Uncle Sam. Either you like it or you don't like it. You're gonna have to pay Uncle Sam. So the money that I made, it was not that much. It's not million. And I was like, man, this is a lot of money I'm paying Uncle Sam. But then the lady said, if you make a million, you pay more. I was like, say it again. If you make millions, you pay more tax.
Wow.
My goal is to make million, and you telling me this that I made is already painful to me, and you're telling me this is nothing compared to somebody who make million that pays Uncle Sam. I'm like, wow. He said yes, and then she started telling us about few of our clients that makes millions, how much tax they pay.
Damn.
It's ridiculous. She was even sad. Like I said, it's ridiculous. So as much as you see millionaire people, they owe IRS a lot of money. Even though they say if you have a business, there's a way you can go around it, but there's no way you can go around beat the Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam always win. Uncle Sam always win. But when they talking about the 5% people, it's not the millionaire. That's when I knew. The 5% people, the one that makes billions. Those are the one living the financial freedom, not a millionaire. Even if you make 10 million, 15, 100.
Wow.
Once you hit
Go.
the B, then you are financial freedom in America. Yes, because IRS can get you with your million.
Wow.
And you can go down just like that. Start from bottom again.
That's sad.
Very.
Like you just work so hard so you can give all your money to the government.
So that system, I don't know what kind of word I can use, even though like it applies. In the Bible says, you can eat. What's the words like? In the Bible says like, I can say it in Swahili like, and then you say it in English. You can only eat like, what's this? I don't know the verse, people.
Reap what you sow.
No, not you reap what you sow. Like, asiyekula, asiyefanya kazi na asile.
Oh.
What do you?
Alright, I don't know exactly how
I don't know
says in the English Bible, but what it means is that
if you don't work,
you
can't eat.
You can't eat.
Yeah, if you don't work, you can't eat. That applies in America. It's in the Bible though.
Yeah.
And then if sometimes I question, is this Bible real Bible or the white man wrote the Bible? Because that system that if you don't work, that means you cannot eat.
Do nothing.
That applies in America.
Yeah.
As far as people say, oh, there's what they call these people, they get food stamp, EBT cards, stuff like that. Let me tell you something.
You can't survive off
from that.
You can't.
You gotta work in America. Like the system of work here is so bad that you have. They have the shift they call graveyard. That's a night shift, people.
Graveyard.
You did not know?
Die there.
It's not the graveyard. It's a night shift. And then there's 5 to 9 to 5. At least.
I feel like 9 to 5 people.
It's much better.
Yeah.
You are, like,
as much as how people try to discourage. Oh my God, you want to live a 9 to 5 life? 9 to 5. Man,
at least you are better off with 9 to 5 because you can sleep at home. Mm-hmm. But some people they work at night. Some people they work 2 jobs, 3 jobs. People die at work. I've seen people die at work. Mm-hmm. Oh, American system of work.
I've seen people getting so sick at work where they had to be rushed to the ER.
Because they couldn't sleep. They didn't have enough time to sleep. Yeah, and then
And you're in the ER and you're like, oh my god, I need to get well so I can go to work and be able to pay bills. Like, you can't even worry about yourself. You're
you
just
just
worrying
worry
about
about
your
the bills.
bills.
It's like a, what you call the thing that it this thing that stick at you and then suck you out, like a parasite. It's like a parasite that's
Yeah.
sucking your blood out of you. That's America's system, man.
Suck everything out of you.
It does. Your energy, your mood, everything.
Definitely.
Like the work system in America is,
Terrible.
and it is not only the night shift, weekend shift. I've
Yeah,
I've never worked back home, but when I meet people who had work back home, when they come to America, they will tell me, man, Africa work is better.
Wow.
You are better. Like you can relax. You don't have to go crazy. You can talk to your bosses here. Even like you barely talk to your bosses. Like you're probably scared of them because you don't want to get fired. You are nervous all the time
True.
at work. Very nervous. You are nervous. You don't want to lose them because you don't want to lose the job. Because once you lose the job, it's so easy, like a blink of your eyes. If you don't get another job as quick as possible, you can become homeless
That's true.
in America. And now the economy is so bad. There's
Real
so
bad.
many homeless all over the place. Now I'm not shocked anymore.
It's so bad. I paid
I'm
$81 for a full tank today. I was complaining to Uncle Tim. I was like, what? I can't do this anymore. $81
For the gas?
for gas. I was like, no. I can't do this. Like, I'm just a girl. I'm just a 22-year-old girl trying to survive.
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad. I know the economy is bad all over the world, but America is more bad. I don't know if they some to do has to do with the government, but I don't know. I don't want to go there. But the work system in America is bad. Even like nowadays, you go to Walmart, you see those elder people greeting you. Those people, they are supposed to be retired,
Yeah.
but they can't retire.
They gotta work.
Because even the social system, like in America, when you work, there's the money they take for you. For you, when you retire, they'll cover you. It's not enough to cover you. So you have to go back to work. You see 75-year-old men working. It's a blessing. In other way, you see, oh, he's 75 and he can still stand and walk. That's a blessing. Because if you read the Bible, you see that God says we can live up to 7. But that wasn't God. I always argue about that one. Because I don't know who said, it's in the Bible, it said you can live up to 70. But anywhere from 70 is God's grace. But no, all I know, God say 120. I'm living to 120.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. So, yeah. So, but in other countries, especially like Africa, people retire at 65. They don't worry. They get their pension. They leave. And in America, you can't.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days ago, I was just checking the Instagram and somebody was, I don't know, I don't remember the name, but she was saying something like, you young people from 20 to 30, you need to work, and you need to work now, wake up, you need to work now. If you don't work, you won't be able to go on vacation when you're in 60. I barely comment, but I commented. I said, man, you work and go on vacation now and have fun. When you are 60, you can't have fun because you're scared if your leg gonna break up.
Yeah.
How do you want to go on vacation when you are 60? Yes, you can go on vacation like a retreat, the ones that you chill and lay back. You don't want to do those activities that when you go on vacation. But when you are young, that's when you go on vacation. You do those activities. You jump, you take roller coasters, you do all those things. You dare yourself to try some new. But when you're old, you don't want to dare. You just want to sit on the sand at Caribbean, like the wave, you just want to breeze.
Sure.
So right now is not the time just to walk. You walk and have fun. So when you're in 60, you relax and you go on vacation to relax. You take a cruise. You don't just go on vacation while you're on 60. That, I don't know, that's me. But you work, yes. You plan your life, yes. But enjoy it now
That's true.
while you have the energy. Yeah, so I'm off the topic. But anyway, so the other one, the culture shock about, apart from the work system, like the graveyard, the weekend. African people don't work weekends. I know a few of them I can hear nowadays that I went on a weekend. Usually when they go on a weekend, it's those people who have their own businesses. And man, it's when I hear people how they work in Africa, I feel so good. It feels so relaxed. Like,
Yeah,
man, these people, they don't worry about nothing.
They barely work on weekends.
Yeah. So, hi. Today, I think we speak few of the culture shock. We're going to have finished the few of the culture shock that maybe I saw, maybe she saw, maybe friends, family has seen it. We will put out there, so when you come to America, or maybe when you are here in America, you just know you are not the only one. Like,
Facing.
You are not the only one facing that. You're not paranoid, like, because sometimes you might feel like, am I paranoid? Like, no, you are not. It's there. So if you have any other that we didn't mention, you can comment below. So when we come on the next episode, we can touch base on that. And we thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being there. And please don't forget to like, comment, and if you really like it, you can share to your friend. If you didn't like it, it's okay. Just put on a side and don't say anything negative. God loves you.